Coming up on this edition of the Bluffton News, Larry Hickey broadens our football horizons and Justin Jarrett brings us up to speed on all things sporty at USCB. All that and of course the latest headline business and entertainment news right now on the Bluffton News. Welcome to the Bluffton News. I'm Anneliza Itkor, and these are Bluffton's current headlines. Sean Barth, the developer of a proposed Old Town Inn, returned to a Bluffton Review Commission last week and unveiled a logo for the 12-room Tidal Cottages property, as well as plans that incorporated Historic Preservation Society Commission suggestions for breaking up the structures to remove a motel feel and minimizing parking lot space. The proposed site is a 1.5-acre lot located at 24 Hayward Street, about 40 yards from the Stock Farm development. Barth will have to present formal plans to two committees and receive approval from the Historic Preservation Commission before the project goes forward. And the Technical College of the Lowcountry Foundation will host its second annual Oysters by the Bay from 6 to 9 p.m. Saturday, October 13th at the TCL Beaufort campus at 921 Rebo Road. All proceeds will go directly to supporting students and programs at TCL. Tickets are $25 per person and include unlimited fresh roasted local oysters, hot dogs, and chili. Beer will also be available for purchase, and there will also be a raffle for a stainless steel oyster cooker and 3 oyster tables constructed by TCL Industrial Technology student and faculty. South Carolina Humanities Council Speaker David Damrell, Ph.D., will present Islam and Muslim Life in Modern Southwest Asia on Saturday, September 15th at 11 a.m. at the Bluffton Branch Library. Damrell will explore some of the key elements of Islam and Muslim society with a focus on ritual, law, authority, and modern issues within Muslim communities globally and the U.S. This program is part of the library system's One County Reads One Country Afghanistan project. An immediate care center planned for Bluffton is likely to enjoy a relatively smooth path to completion. This would be a marked change from the recent conflicts between healthcare systems in the region, which frequently challenge their rivals' expansions. The law requires most health systems to win a certificate of need in order to control healthcare costs, prevent duplicate offerings, and to make sure medical facilities aren't concentrated in wealthy communities while leaving government-assisted residents in a healthcare desert. However, for Georgia Emergency Associates, who's working with St. Joseph's Candler to open a 4,700 square foot walk-in clinic, no state permission is required because urgent care centers do not need a certificate of need. The work, proposed for a site on the northwest corner of Buckwalter Parkway and Progressive Street in Bluffton, has a November 15th construction start date with a completion date set for April 15th, 2013. Public comments on the site activities proposed for the Bluffton facility must be received by September 17th. Leaning on UrbanDictionary.com to decipher the meaning of iron, the South Carolina Court of Appeals has affirmed the criminal conviction of Demetrius Price, one of 2 men charged in an attack that left a teenager paralyzed. Price, 36, and Lucius Simuel, 33, both from Savannah, received life sentences for a 2008 shooting at a Bluffton apartment complex. Simuel's appeal is pending in the South Carolina Supreme Court following his hearing last May. In determining criminal intent, the prosecution told the court that moments after barging into the apartment where the July 28, 2008 shooting occurred, the intruders had asked Deverell Canick, one of the shooting victims, "Where is the iron at?" Canick understood iron to mean guns, and the court opinion dedicates a footnote to UrbanDictionary.com. The site defined iron as a gat, piece, heat, or any kind of handgun. The authorities searched the apartment where they indeed found an assortment of drugs and 4 guns. In the 2-1 decision to affirm Price's conviction of assault and battery with intent to kill, Judge Thomas Huff dissented. And here's what's happening around the state. A businessman who sought permission from North Augusta zoning officials to sell fireworks at his Halloween store has prevailed in the South Carolina Court of Appeals. It began when Rodney requested a special exception to sell fireworks. He told city officials that he planned to operate a Halloween Express store for about 12 weeks out of the year and a fireworks retail store from Memorial Day to Labor Day. In response to community opposition, the North Augusta Board of Zoning Appeals heeded the residents and unanimously voted to deny the businessman's request. Windham appealed to Aiken County Circuit Court, but that court affirmed the zoning board's decision. In a recently posted decision, the State Court of Appeals reversed the Circuit Court and criticized the local officials' actions, stating that the zoning board's decision to give deference to residential neighborhoods outside the commercial zoning district in which the business would be located was arbitrary and capricious. City Administrator Todd Glover said officials are reviewing the court's decision. The dogs are having their day in North Charleston. The 4th annual Dog Day afternoon is being held Sunday at the Whirlin' Waters Water Park. The big dogs get a chance to romp around in the park's wave pool, while smaller dogs can swim in the park's kiddie pool. Sorry, no owners are allowed in the water. It's purely for the dogs. The event marks the last day of the season that the water park is open. For more information on these headlines and more, please check out the media sources you see listed on your screen. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Coming up, BJ Frazier of the Bluffton Sun has an insider's view of what's making news as the Bluffton News brings you hot off the presses, and Rodney Vaughn brings us the Bluffton Entertainment Report when we return with more Bluffton news.
The smoked chipotle burrito is really good.
Yeah, my zesty cheesesteak burrito's great.
Are you familiar, Pete, with the phrase, don't mess with success?
Yeah.
Because this is not only messing with success, this is taking success to the cliff and shoving success over.
Success said, oh, please, don't do anything, leave me alone.
These burritos didn't even hear that. They heard, oh, put, and that was it. It was just like, wah. Egg everywhere.
Wake up to sirloin steak and fluffy eggs with the new zesty cheesesteak and smoked chipotle breakfast burritos. This is how you Sonic.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Joining me now is Lynne Hummell of the Bluffton Sun. So Lynne, I understand that we in Beaufort County are going to be paying a little less sales tax soon. Why is that?
Well, that's right. The 1% county tax that was approved in 2006 for road improvements has been fully collected, or will be, by September the 30th, 6 months ahead of schedule. A total of $152 million has been collected, and it has paid for such project as the completion of the Bluffton Parkway. And so the 1% tax on all purchases will end on October 1st.
Now, how will additional road improvements be paid for?
Well, from here on, roads will be paid for by federal grants, SCDOT funds, and road impact fees. And by the way, if you want a list of all the projects that were covered by the tax monies, it's available on the website at bcgov.net.
Good, that's great information. Now, there's an event this weekend in which we can all help the May River regain its pristine status. We've been talking about this a fair bit, but it bears repeating, and we need the details, so tell us what's going on.
Well, it's time for the annual May River Sweep, and this is part of a nationwide sweep of beaches and rivers to clean out our waterways. Ours will be held from 9 a.m. to noon, September 15th, and it will be headquartered at the Oyster Factory Park down at the end of Wharf Street in Old Town. And they're looking for a lot of volunteers, both on land and in your own boats and kayaks. So if you want to help, you can do that. Supplies, snacks, and sunscreen will be provided, but if you want to help, you need to bring your own gloves.
Now, I do realize that this kind of thing happens all over the state. Does this one event really make a difference in our river?
You know, it really does. Last year, about 40 volunteers collected more than 200 pounds of garbage out of the river, and it included things like lawn chairs and old boards and boat parts. So it really does make a difference.
That's cool. Now, where do we call for more information?
You can call 706-4593.
Okay, now real quick, isn't it about time for the Beaufort Jasper Active Adult Challenge?
It is. It's coming up October 19th through November the 1st in several locations throughout Beaufort and Jasper counties, and they're looking for senior volunteers to participate.
Now, this is kind of like an Olympic-style sports event, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. There are going to be lots of different events. I believe there's 64 different events, and they're in categories, men and women, and a couple of age groups. And it's a lot of fun. They have everything from basketball to bocce to bowling. Lots of stuff going on.
All right, now I realize that this is an over 50 correct event.
Pretty young seniors, aren't they?
Yeah, I know. Now, how do we volunteer? Where do we call? All that kind of thing.
To volunteer or to register, go online at BGAAC, that's Beaufort Jasper Active Adult Challenge.org, or you can call 645-4515.
Thanks so much, Lynn.
Thank you.
Now, we always love it when Rodney Vaughn joins us because he brings the best ideas for making the most of our free time. Rodney, tell us about the celebrity event that is all about helping severely wounded veterans.
Well, wow, this is a really unique event. Gary Sinise, who played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, is having a concert in Beaufort. And it's going to be the September the 15th. It's this weekend. And it's a concert event to benefit wounded soldiers, and it's not just from this area, it's from all around the country, and he has a traveling band that goes around, and the group is called LDW3, and you can get more information on their website, but they're going to kick it off on Friday with a benefit luncheon and a banquet which is taking place in downtown Beaufort. The music's really great, and I think it's going to be an exciting event for everyone.
That's cool. I remember seeing a documentary about the Lieutenant Dan Band. It's quite amazing. Any other details you can give us about the event?
Well, sure. Tickets are $20 for the concert, and you can also get them the day of the event or do a will call, and you can get information on their site, ldw3.com.
All right. Now, a favorite event for Bluftonians is coming up in a couple weeks. Care to share?
Sure. We're going to do more of the Sunset Festivals, and they're being held down at the Oyster Park in Bluffton. And that's going to be the Oktoberfest and Craft Beer Garden this time. They're calling it Bluff Timber Fest. This is an activity that's sponsored by Barefoot Sports, and it's again to benefit the Palmetto Animal League. They will have animals there for adoption, live music and entertainment, and lots of food to choose from.
Now, how about info on costs and all of that?
Okay, you can go to their website, barefootsports.com, and it's $5 for admission, and children 12 and under are free.
Now, do you have one more real quick for us?
I sure do. The Beer and Brats Festival is coming up. That's sponsored by the Old Town Bluffton Merchant Society. We look for that on the 22nd of September. That'll be a Saturday, and that's our annual Oktoberfest in Old Town Bluffton.
That sounds fantastic. Thanks so much, Rodney.
Thanks, Anneliza.
When we return, we'll learn all about the Bluffton Bulldogs football program, and Justin Jarrett has the latest developments in the athletics department at USCB on today's edition of the Bluffton News.
Tara's Men's Den, located beside Tara's Salon at the Moss Creek Village, is a full-service salon for men only. Open Monday through Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. We offer haircuts, color, highlights, waxing, and treatments for hair loss. No appointment necessary, so come enjoy a relaxing atmosphere for men only, and don't forget senior discounts every Wednesday. Call or visit us today. Our number is 843-837-5555.
Welcome back to the Bluffton News. Now, we've been talking a lot lately about our beloved bobcats, but there is a new critter in town taking on the Bluffton football scene. Commissioner Larry Hickey is here to tell us all about it. Welcome, Larry.
Well, thank you for having me.
Larry, tell viewers about the basics of the Bulldog organization.
Okay, well, we've been in existence for a little over 40 years now. We're a nonprofit organization. We're totally private. We supply football and cheerleading program for kids from ages 6 to 13 in Bluffton. We actually have a couple cheerleaders that are a little younger than that. We have some mascots. And every bit of our program is run totally nonprofit. We raise all of our own money. We buy all of our own helmets, uniforms, and the such. So we basically have been doing it for over 40 years now. I actually have been involved in the program since I was 9 years old, and one aspect or the other, whether playing or coaching or now being the commissioner. So
that's fantastic. How exactly do the Bulldogs raise funds to support this organization, and what are the costs like of running a program like this?
Well, I mean, we raise most of our money either from our home games, during concession stands and sales and stuff from the concession. We have merchandise that we sell. We sell T-shirts and hats. We also get a lot of donations privately from private organizations. In fact, a couple years ago, I actually sold advertising on our jerseys, which we'll do again if we can find somebody that's willing to do it. But we do that. The kids do raise some money. They do some sales of different items in order to raise money. The cheerleaders do a lot of that, actually. They do a better job probably than the football team does.
All right, now when does the Bulldog season start, and how do our viewers and interested parents participate and support the Bulldogs? Okay, well, we do have a website, which is blufftonbulldogs.com, or actually .net. And then we also have, you got my phone number, you can contact me anytime. Our games, we started last Saturday, was our first game we played away. We play away this coming Saturday, and then we play all the way to probably the second, third week of November. Our first home game is in 2 weeks, and we play at Bobcat Stadium at the high school. Okay. Well, I have to say, it's a good thing to say that football is going to the Dogs. It was great having you join us. Well, thank you very much, and I appreciate being here. As you may know, the USCB Athletics Department has been going through some significant changes. Here with the latest update is Justin Jarrett. It's nice to see you again, Justin.
Likewise, always happy to be here.
Now, when we talked last, USCB was looking for a new athletics director. Can you tell us how that search turned out?
It turned out really great, and we're very excited that Quinn Monahan starts this week. Our new AD will have a dedicated AD again. Had a couple of years of a transition period there with an interim athletics director, but it was time to get back to a dedicated position, and Quinn comes with great experience. He was the AD at SCAD over in Savannah, which is in our conference and in the NAIA, for a couple of years, and then he went up to Belmont Abbey in the Charlotte area, a Division II school, and was the AD there for 2 years. So we feel like he's really got some great experience, very well-rounded, and is going to be a great addition to our staff. We're looking forward to great things under Quinn's leadership.
It sounds like that's going to be great for the department. Now, the fall sports season is in full swing. How are things looking for the Sand Sharks this fall?
Well, so far so good. The women's soccer team, only in its second season, already has surpassed last season's win total. 2-3 so far this season, and one of the losses was a really tough one, a close one, 3-2 up at Columbia College. So off to a good start, making great progress, and really building up toward the conference season, looking to make a splash and surprise some people. The cross-country teams are underway. They've had a couple races under their belt and are off to a good start as well. Building up toward October 20th for our big Sand Shark Invitational out in Hardyville, and then the conference meet after that. And the men's and women's golf team are about to get underway. The men playing this week down in West Palm Beach, and then the women get started next week. So really exciting stuff going on so far this fall, and we're looking forward to a great fall.
You've got a very busy schedule. I understand that the NAIA puts a lot of emphasis on its Champions of Character program. What are some examples of things USCB does in support of that initiative?
Yeah, the Champions of Character program is really a great thing. It really puts an emphasis on the core values that they would like to see from student athletes and from athletic programs. And we take that very seriously. We've been involved in a lot of different things, ranging from going out to the Boys and Girls Club with the student athletes and reading to children, things like that, going to local daycares, working with Habitat for Humanity. We're always looking for new things to do to try to help out in the community. And we had a really great story this week with Michael Heesh, who was our star pitcher last season. He's playing for the Boise Hawks now in the Chicago Cubs organization, and he was named one of the Hawks' 2 Community Players of the Year for his off-field contributions, for always being willing to go on a public appearance or help out in the community. So we were really proud of that, to see that Champions of Character mantra really stuck with Michael, and he's carried that on beyond his college years and is really being a great ambassador, not only for USCB, but also for the NAIA.
That's really inspirational. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day, Justin.
Anytime. Really appreciate you having us.
After the break, Shellie West-Hodges brings us the Bluffton Business Report, and you'll meet our special Bluffton News Pet of the Week.
Okay, so it's a romantic dinner for 2. Now, I've already cut some tomato. Time for the vinaigrette. You are gonna love this. Okay, we need some sesame seeds. My favorite pan. Now, what's really important is
With Merillat cabinets, you'll discover function that's irresistible.
Good thing I'm not the jealous type.
Welcome back. On today's Bluffton Business Report, Shellie West-Hodges is on location at Dick's Sporting Goods, which has just opened in Bluffton.
Hi, we're here today at Dick's Sporting Goods celebrating their grand opening and ribbon cutting, and I'm here with Christina Burwell with Dick's. Christina, tell us a little bit about Dick's and how you came to Bluffton.
Dick's Sporting Goods is a national retailer. We have 492 stores nationwide, and this store makes our 11th store in the state of South Carolina. We're happy to be here. This is a great market, and we chose it so that we could service the sporting goods needs for the local community and the athletes it has.
Well, awesome. Dick's is a big store, but you are also very community-minded. Tell us about Dick's philosophy about community.
Being a family-run company, we have a community youth sports program. That program gives us the opportunity to reach out to the local organizations that service youth, sports, and outdoors, and that allows us to partner and provide donations and sponsorships for a variety of sports throughout the year.
Now, I know each store is a little bit different. You've geared this store to be a little more local enhanced. And I know you've got some fishing here, which is great news to me because I love the river. I grew up on the river. So it's great to have another outlet for some supplies. Tell us about your fishing department.
We try to make our fishing department as regionally relevant as possible. We want to have everything from the beginner fisherman to the expert angler.
Awesome. Now, Dick's, tell us a little bit about how big the store is and about how many people you're employing here in town.
Yeah. This store has 40,000 square feet to it. We'll hire a store manager, 2 sales support managers, 7 sales leaders, about 50 part-time, full-time employees. So we're just over 60 jobs provided to the local community here with our one store.
Awesome. And now, are you still currently hiring right now?
Yes, absolutely. People can go online and apply for jobs. We'll accept applications constantly.
Now, where do they go online to do that?
www.dicksportinggoods.com, and at the bottom of the page there's careers, and then they can go from there and select the store that they would like to be applied for.
Well, awesome. It's great to have you here, and thank you, Christina, for your time. And we have many more ribbon cuttings coming up in Bluffton, new businesses. We are just really excited that the economy's good, and we look forward to those as well.
Thanks, Shellie. Now I am happy to introduce you to Endora. Left in a carrier on the shelter's doorstep, this petite feline could not be any more endearing. Endora has eyes that would melt even the coldest heart. Scoop her up in your arms and she purrs, well, like a kitten. To meet Endora or for more information about other adoptable animals, please contact Brookshaven Animal Rescue at 843-757-7387. Thanks for joining us for the news program that is all Bluffton all the time. I'm Anneliza Itkor for the Bluffton News. We'll see you next time.